Thank you for joining me, Shahid Manning, in this edition of Interviewing Hollywood. We have a phenomenal show for you today. Trained in the UK at the Royal National Theatre, Hakeem Kae-Kazim has been sharing his talents with Americans for a long time. You may not know him, he's technically an unknown, but he is brilliant. He has shared his talents in such blockbusters as Pirates of the Caribbean and the Academy Award nominated Hotel Rwanda with Don Cheadle. When I looked at this young man's reel, I was blown away. He has an amazing ability to go from a menacing character to the guy next door. Let's take a look at an amazing clip from the reel of Hakeem Kae-Kazim.
For your sake, I hope the answer is yes. I trusted you. How could you do this to me?
The FBI told me who you really are.
And you believed them?
They showed me proof!
They showed you lies created by my enemies. You don't know me. Soon, all the Tutsis will be dead.
You do not honestly believe that you can kill them all.
And why not? We are halfway there already.
Now that the ritual of silence is over, there's something I want to say to you.
Welcome back to the show with my guest, Hakeem Kae-Kazim.
Yo, in one.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, no, I'm very good.
You are brilliant.
Thank you.
We're going to ask you so many questions, but first thing I want to know is why acting? What triggered you to ask to become an actor?
That's a really good question. Why did I become an actor? Passion. It's in my blood. I grew, I did school plays. That's where I sort of started. Sure. And as a Nigerian, Nigerian families expect you to become a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. But I did a lot of school plays when I was in England, actually, and eventually did something called the National Youth Theatre. Sure. And I started that off when I was about 14 or 15, and that was a summer holiday sort of thing. You guys go to camp. I went to the National Youth Theatre, and I just got more and more into it, and eventually got bigger and better parts, and I eventually was the first actor of colour to play Othello for them. And then I played Henry V for them, which was a big thing, and then by the time I had a choice of going to university and doing medicine, I decided that I wanted to be an actor.
And your father said?
My dad was cool. It was my mother who was like, oh no, she was, and also they were in Nigeria at the time, so it was difficult, but it was interesting having my father on my side rather than my mum. But they both came around in the end. So,
oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward, you've become this brilliant actor. I looked at your reel and I was blown away. I mean, you have this amazing ability to go from this menacing character to a whimsical guy next door. And I want to ask you, so many kids come to Hollywood and they have no training and they're just coming here saying, I'm cute, I want to get a job. Do you pinpoint your capability to your training? Is the training as important?
Yeah, of course it is. It's like anything. If you train to be a surgeon or you train to be a sort of an engineer or you're trained. So you're training. So yeah, it's very, very important. And I went to drama school. I was lucky enough to go to the place like the Royal Shakespeare Company, and doing Shakespeare is some of the most difficult sort of stuff that you can do.
So the Royal National Theatre.
And then the Royal National Theatre as well, and working with fantastic actors.
Kids really need to have a respect for acting.
For the art.
And for the arts, and to step back and be trained. That is good feedback.
I think so. I think so. If you really want to take yourself seriously as an artist and be an artist and love the art of acting, performing, whatever you want to call it, then yeah, of course. But if you're just coming here to sort of be a star, then it's neither here nor there.
So what obstacles have you had to try and become this, accomplished actor here in America?
Well, I didn't go from Nollywood to Hollywood, which is interesting, actually.
Okay.
I went off, I actually lived for the last sort of 10 years in South Africa, which was a fantastic thing for me. So I grew up in England, went to school. I was born in Nigeria, but grew up and did most of my schooling in England. And then, like 10, 15 years ago, I ended up going to South Africa. And that was a fantastic time for me because I went there when Mandela had just been elected, the first democratically elected president. It was a fantastic time in South Africa itself. And I was lucky enough to be able to do a whole variety of different things as an actor. Stuff that I wouldn't have been able to do if I'd stayed in England. So that really helped. That sort of training really helped me.
So when you came here, did you find it was instant? You were getting parts instantly, or what was the impetus?
Well, I was really lucky because I did a film which I know some of you guys out there will know called Hotel Rwanda.
Absolutely.
Which with a fantastic actor called Don Cheadle who plays the lead, and he was a wonderful man. And what was lovely was on set, and we have a couple of scenes together. But anyway, so we got chatting during a off scene. I said, I'd love to go back one day to America and have a look. I'd sort of put it back in my mind. But he said, well, if you ever come, here's my number.
Oh, I love that.
I know, so did I. I was like, yeah.
Okay,
I didn't really believe it, but
Don.
Yeah, no,
you're welcome to my show.
There you go. Yeah.
I would love to have you.
Yeah. No, but he was fantastic. I mean, obviously, I didn't really, he's a big star. I didn't really take it too seriously. But when I came to America, I think he introduced me to his manager, and I remember coming over and giving him a call. Just plucking up the courage to give him a call, and I did. And he said, well, I can't come out. I've hurt both my knees, but why don't you come over to the house and have coffee with me and have a chat? And I did, and I went over and had a chat, and he was wonderful. He was wonderfully gracious. Gave me the ins and outs of what it was like being an actor in LA. The pitfalls and also the joy of being an actor of color in LA. The difficulties that one would have to overcome, what I would need, all of that. So he just gave me a lovely little sort of grounding lesson, and it was. It just made me think, I'm willing to give it a go.
Okay.
I was really willing to give it a try.
Hotel Rwanda, just real quickly. I love that movie. I love the clip we're going to show.
Right.
Our audience has already seen it.
Right.
You scared the living daylights out of me. Are there other Nollywood actors we should know about? Because I think that these actors, the other gentlemen in Hotel Rwanda were amazing. What are a couple of their names? Just off
you see, you use the term Nollywood now. You got to be careful there. South African actors.
Okay.
There were some wonderful. So there's a guy called Tony Khoroche, who also he plays a lover. He plays the sort of the bellman who's quite nasty.
Who's the big guy who was like
piece of work.
He was willing to cut someo's head off. He said, "I'll cut your head off."
Who was
bald.
that? Who
big guy. He came out of the back of the truck. Remember? Oh God!
I don't know who that was. I wonder who that was.
I was blown away. I was like, So they are South African, not necessarily out of Nollywood.
South African actors and all that sort of thing, who were again doing some fantastic work there. So
where can we see you now?
The next thing you'll be able to see me on, in fact, you probably could see me tonight on Librarian, which I did actually. Which is quite funny.
What movies?
The next thing I'm going to be doing, which you'll see, will be The Fourth Kind, which I think is scheduled for release in November.
Now, are you the fourth or the third kind?
Yeah, exactly. But it's a basis of sort of like, Close Encounters of the First, Second, Third, but this is the fourth kind, which is actual contact.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actual contact. So.
Right.
And that's great. That's with Mila Jovovich playing the lead, and I had a great Elias Koteas is also in it, and it was a wonderful sort of experience.
But you also play on 24, and I think I heard a wonderful statistic. What's 24. The statistic I heard that you won on 24? What is that? Explain that to us.
Oh, well, the best baddie or something like that. The most notorious baddie or something like that.
That means that you did your role really, really well.
Well, I hope so.
And that you did so well that people were taken by it.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I enjoy being me. Okay.
Hakeem, thank you so much for being my guest, man. It's just been the best, man. You are great.
Thank you so much.
One question. Are you ready?
Thank you for having me.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready to be a star? Because you're going to be a star.
I'm ready. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah,
thank you. Thank you so much.
No pleasure.
Thank you for joining me on this edition of Interviewing Hollywood with me, your host, Shahid Manning. And remember, we are all stars. Hollywood, Nollywood, South African, in total.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you in the next show. Bye now.